So I got this idea this year. I wanted to make really deliberate choices in my landscaping. I want things to look nice, of course, but also I want things to deter deer, but also encourage birds, bees, and butterflies. So let's start with this salvia. I love this salvia. This is blue queen salvia and it's absolutely beautiful. I plant, now look at this. You see little bees over here? So this is a pollinator. And see that right there? Look at that right there. Those are pollinators, and that's what we want. Just with these small choices, just these small shifts in the way I choose to landscape is changing what my yard looks like in terms of insects. The other really cool thing is I'm seeing lots of bumblebees, and bumblebees are great pollinators. This is new. I put a hummingbird feeder in here, and on the very first day I actually saw a hummingbird. It was Father's Day. And it was raining to beat the band, but a hummingbird actually came out of the woods and up to the hummingbird feeder. So I'm really excited about that. But I have to learn really smart and hygienic hummingbird feeder etiquette. I don't know if that's the way you say that, but the bottom line is apparently if you don't keep the nectar clean and you don't keep the vessel sterile, it can hurt the hummingbirds. So that's the kind of stuff that I need to learn. And that's why we like the birds, bees, and butterfly page, because what we're doing is we're exchanging real information. We've got experts on the page and people just like me who are just getting started with this. And we're exchanging information so we can learn more about how to help the environment. I'm a little mad. I hear deer rustling in the woods. Grr. Deer are beautiful in the winter, but I hate them in the summer. I'm not even gonna pretend. When I talk about the change of insect life in my yard, so I'm looking over here and I see a dragonfly. So here's an interesting shift. So I had a small space in my backyard where we didn't really have any landscaping, and so I put a butterfly bush. This is what's incredible. When I got this butterfly bush just a couple of weeks ago, it was only this high, and it's already really growing. A lot of it has to do with the rain. But here's the problem. Take a look at my hydrangea. What I didn't realize is when you plant hydrangea, even with all this rain, look up here. I planted them under an overhang, which means they're not getting a lot of water. Again, so stupid beginner tricks. I'm still learning. But the butterfly bush is doing really well. And here is my milkweed, which is doing really, really well. You see lots of snake holes. So I have lots of snakes. And I actually see snakes from time to time, which I really like. And then over here, this is wild. So I haven't mulched it. I'm allowing this to grow wild. But the bottom line is this is just a small space that really not a lot of people are going to walk back here and notice. But we have the opportunity to grow things that will encourage birds, bees, and butterflies. And so here's my milkweed, which is actually starting to bloom. And that's really exciting. I didn't think I had enough milkweed, but then I found out on the Friends of the Birds, Bees, and Butterflies Facebook page that I have more than enough because this is actually going to multiply. And what I love about this is milkweed is the only thing that the monarch butterfly, which is endangered, will lay its eggs. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm encouraging the monarch butterfly and other butterflies to come to my yard, to have a safe place to be so that they can actually reproduce. Again, these are all animals that are helping us. And so all we're doing is we're helping Mother Nature. And this is probably my favorite place in the yard this summer because I really don't have time to have a vegetable garden. And so I'm really micro-focused on these pollinators. These are the insects that actually pollinate our food supply. And I love this stretch because I've got salvia right here. You can see the hosta is blooming and look, lots of bee activity. Lots of bee activity over here, which is really exciting. And of course, my hostas. Oh, there's some more salvia over there, which I just love. And butterflies love salvia. But also, even my hostas. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if the birds, the bees, and the butterflies like hostas, but I like hostas. And so right now, I am doing battle with deer to keep them from eating my hostas. So far, so good. This is the Empress hosta. You can actually see that I have flowers. Look at this gorgeous flower over here. I can't imagine that there's not a butterfly that's going to like that. But here's the problem. Over here, the deer already got my flowers. So when I talk about deer in the summer, grrr. I only like deer in the winter. That's the only time they're pretty to me. And around Christmas, when they're on somebody's roof, lit up like an ornament. That's when I like deer. All right, so that's kind of a walk around my birds, bees, and butterfly project. Again, just small shifts. You don't have to do a lot. You don't have to put a beehive if you're not able to put a beehive. You can just make small changes in the way you landscape, what you're putting in your garden, what you're putting around your borders. Things can be pretty, but they can also have a dual purpose. They can help pollinators continue to pollinate. So hope you'll join me on our Friends of the Birds, Bees, and Butterfly Facebook page. We're posting pictures, we're supportive, no trolls allowed, but mostly we're exchanging information and we're helping one another with our gardens.